A new aura unlocked. He starts walking. After just one step, he's there. Right in front of Jiren. Even Goku's surprised. A little backflip just for the crowd. And then weave. What's good, YouTube? We are getting into another fight analysis, this time exploring one of my favorite fights and one of the most impactful fights in anime. Yes, we're getting back into Dragon Ball Z. You couldn't tell by the title or even the background. I'm talking about Goku versus Jiren, the first fight. Now, this fight was huge. Back when it originally came out, it broke the internet. Sites crashed. Everybody was watching. And they knew that they were cooking with this because they dropped a 2-episode special. That hasn't happened in years. 2-episode specials. Now, if you don't already know what fight analysis is, we go over goated anime fights and we analyze them. Of course, if you like this sort of content, be sure to drop a like, subscribe, you know the deal. Let's get into it. I don't even really have to say where the fight starts. It starts when they meet each other and they give each other that glare, and that's when it really starts. He assumes the position. A little glance. And at this point, Jiren's aura is so big, his glance has Goku in shock. He's standing back, gusts of wind. He has to cross his arms to just block a glance from Jiren. If that's not aura, I don't know what is. And the music, Goku still in the stance after blocking all that aura. Jiren's just standing there. But Goku, he's actually sweating. And I don't even know, think about how intense something has to be to start sweating from just being in a situation. Not from actually doing stuff, but you're just concentrated. You're kind of, I wouldn't want to say scared, but anxious. You're so anxious that you actually start sweating. That's how crazy this was. At least for Goku. Someone to make Goku sweat. And the classic fight starts with the water output. Hits the Kamehameha. I'm still not actually sure if Jiren was moving here. If he was moving, he would of course be moving so fast that we can't see it. Because even before, when we knew what his glance was really just him moving really fast and striking in certain positions so fast that we couldn't see. So I mean, that could be what's happening here, but his aura could be strong enough to block a base form Kamehameha too, so. Gives up, goes Super Saiyan, hits the dash. Strikes, but nothing's happening. This is probably one of his quickest Super Saiyan 2 power-ups. He hits the ground and immediately powers up like this. At least with this, he's able to actually move Jiren a little bit. I don't know what Goku thought was going to happen with this. He sees this small little movement and he's like, alright, I'm in. And he just keeps punching them. But the punches aren't really doing shit. That's very clear. And another transformation, causing Jiren to react with the finger. Every one of Jiren's movements really has Goku shook. Not even shocked, but he's like, I see now. That's just what his eye movements are given, every time Jiren does something the slightest. But then, he just keeps punching. Jiren's pissed. And Goku, he could respect that. He's like, okay, you entertained me powering up, trying to test my power against you on my different levels. Let me give you a good fight. You can't get serious like this. And then, of course, once we get to the blue transformation, it's an actually longer transformation. Even while Goku transforms here, Jiren doesn't look like he's in the mood at all. He could care less. Go Super Saiyan, God Super Saiyan. Got everyone in the entire tournament watching. Goku makes the first strike. He's on the offensive. And this actually has Jiren moving, which is different. we could just like look at some of these frames here. Like, it's funny with Dragon Ball, even like with this new style of animation, which is just like a few punches over and over. If you keep pausing like in between these frames, you could kind of see who's winning. Like, oh, dodge, dodge. Oh, Goku getting hit. Clash, same dodges. Okay, yeah. Launched. This combo is devious. Moving him around like Broly, forcing Goku to go Kaioken. But even as he goes Kaioken, like, Jiren pretty much, like, he takes a kick here, but at most it does nothing. At most it does nothing. He's like, what the fuck was that? He continues to grab Goku and keep trying to go for it. Right there, Jiren was really shocked, like, just that, like, how quick his timing was on the Kamehameha. I don't think a blue Kamehameha Jiren was going to do anything. Ki Blast not doing anything. And he's just throwing them. Goku coming back with Kaioken. And yeah, they're still clashing. Whole tournament watching. Keep pausing between. And this one's the most clear, like, oh, Goku's taking damage frame. Already coughing out spit. Is this the most disrespectful moment in the fight? I actually think this is. This probably is like the most disrespectful Jiren showed Goku in the entire tournament. Grabbed by the hair, like, it's crazy. Like, his hair is blue. How are you gonna disrespect the hair that can change colors with power? That punch was devious. How often we see Goku make this face? I mean, to seal the deal, he hits him, like, launches him off the stage. But no, yeah, Goku was just barely able to hold on here, which is clean. I feel like I'm tripping, but I kind of forgot if Goku could have even, like, used instant transmission in this tournament of power. Completely left my mind if he even used it once. If he could have used instant transmission. If not, then this is the most insane clutch of all time. He literally grabs on, probably forces, like, his max Kaioken just to come back, because Jiren thought Goku was light work at first. Yeah, max Kaioken charge. I could have sworn when Goku goes Kaioken here, he says like times 20 or something. But it feels like they changed that right here. Is that a Nelson Mandela effect? I could have sworn like he was like times 20 and he shows his max Kaioken on Jiren. I guess it doesn't happen. Times 20 blue. Okay, so this is what it was. He didn't actually say that he was using in times 20, but the whole time he was or something. No Nelson Mandela effect, guys. I was just tripping. I'll wait. And that's how we know Jiren's hard. He's really telling him, I'll wait for the Spirit Bomb. Because now he's going to have to deal with the strongest attack Goku's ever used. The only shocking thing I would feel like is that, like, how quick he was able to get the Spirit Bomb going. Before, it took him like forever. One of the strongest attacks we've ever seen, right? And Jiren only has to use one hand. It's funny because, like, I feel like we all know that Jiren probably tried to use no hands. And that's what that whole glare was. And he's like, damn, I guess I have to use a hand to push it back. This is just a power diff. And now we got two hands. Super Saiyan Blue can't even do anything. Times 10. No, this is not Goku's max because I guess he's not using times 20. And there it is. Times 20. Just to actually start forcing it back. And then Jiren just starts trying. And that's it. Like, times 20 doesn't have shit on Jiren. So at this point, we just know that Goku's in the Spirit Bomb. He's still fighting. And he kind of forces himself out of it with, like, all of his strength. This is a clean ass power struggle. And they're both pushing back with excessive force that it compresses the Spirit Bomb. Yeah, so Goku's still struggling. And then, yeah, the Spirit Bomb becomes a black hole in itself or something. And Goku had, like, the most unlucky timing of this because, like, as soon as this happens, he, like, kind of lets go of his strength and just starts falling into that Spirit Bomb. He was about to go, but then he starts fighting. This technically was the best option for Goku. Like, if he didn't fall into the Spirit Bomb, he would just be left to deal with Jiren, who wasn't sweating. But with this result, at least he was able to, like, you know, I don't want to say replenish his energy, but get more energy from this. I'd expect nothing less. W Frieza Glaze, I guess. It's just such a beautiful moment. Can't help but smile. Because, like, we just, like, at this point, we just know that Goku's getting an insane power-up. Jiren realizes his fight's not over. Gotta hit a round 2. A new aura unlocked. I honestly think that this UI Goku's better than Mastered Ultra Instinct. Just off looks. I just like the look of this more. He starts walking. After just one step, he's there. Right in front of Jiren. Even Goku's surprised. A little backflip just for the crowd. And then weave. Oh my gosh. Probably the best clash of the entire fight. Jiren already on the attack. And Goku's still just dodging. What a moment. Deals with both of them at once. This is Flash. I'm sorry, this moment still is kind of crazy to me. I've always just thought, like, why did his attacks, not one of his attacks hit? Was his aim that bad? Like, he was only attacking his shadow or something? Oh no. He was able to deflect one day. But then, I mean, Goku was clearly just walking right there. And now Jiren's attacks are a lot more visible. He was able to just get all the way through that and go on the offensive himself. Yeah. And this is the first time Jiren's actually been pushed back. I think what was super clean about this whole part is that, like, this is the whole animations we've been seeing in the intro the entire time. Like, every time we watch Super, I'm only really addressing the people who actually watch the intro. These are the movements he was making in that. These frame pauses, you can't actually really tell if there's a winner when you pause. They're both not really taking damage. They're just kind of clashing. This is actually truly the first time we hear this whole soundtrack. The Ultra Instinct soundtrack. This clash is something beautiful. They keep spinning, and now Goku's in his face. Their clashes cause lightning strikes, I guess. We see Goku's eyes start to black out a bit. We obviously just assume his power is running out. I think Goku kind of takes control over his Ultra Instinct right here, because, like, at first he was just kind of attacking based off instinct, not really controlling a lot, his body moving on its own. But now he's like, oh, I need to do this quick before my powers run out. And so now he's actually trying to attack more. He's like, let's finish this. The dark blue Kamehameha, absolutely clean, gets on the pillar. Nice little dash at Jiren. Also, I love, like, in this frame, you can see Goku's eyes originally gray right here. But as it gets quicker, in the last few frames, his eyes black out. We get normal Goku eyes. And they show it so quick that you wouldn't even notice it, that he lost. These frames look so clean. This is your limit. Taking that hit in base form. The only reason Goku did survive that is because Jiren had to hold back. He had to make sure he didn't kill him. And hit immediately goes for the attack. Their fight's over. We know that their fight's over. This was one of the best moments in Dragon Ball. Like, we get introduced to probably one of the most fan-favorited forms of Goku yet, Ultra Instinct. I even think as he probably learns some new forms in later Dragon Ball, if he does, I still think Ultra Instinct's going to be one of the top fan favorites. Now, why did I choose this fight? A lot of this has to do with timing and, like, how they're dropping episodes. When they're dropping the Tournament of Power, like, we knew this fight was going to happen since the beginning of the Tournament of Power. But what did they do? They showed a lot of Not filler fights, but just like side fights, not the main fights, until we got to this point. And when we did get to this point, like which everyone was waiting for, they dropped a 2-episode special. And to top that off, a new transformation in that special. You couldn't ask for anything more than that. Like that's peak Funimation being in sync with their fans, giving the fans what they want. Like with everything considered, like I think this is a 10 out of 10 fight. Goku loses the fight, Jiren wins, and really it's like a whole just part 1 to their fight. But really feel like this progressed the plot a lot. It's definitely like changed the entire Tournament of Power.